Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Slytherin. Oh look, all great houses in their own right, but all of them pale in comparison to the greatness that is Gryffindor. And its founder, Godric, the man that chose to fist fight muggles because magic would have been too easy, the man that commissioned a sword from the goblins just to kill all of them with it. This man was the ultimate daddy wizard. So we're going to talk about the life of Godric Gryffindor, and we're going to talk about the making of the sword and of the hat. Okay, but first, YouTube tells me that a lot of the people that are watching my videos are not subscribed, so definitely consider doing that. Anyway, let's get into it. So this is Spellbook Chronicles on YouTube. We cover him a lot on this channel. We really like him, especially I like the way that he does the cinematic experience for his videos. It really makes it more interesting, and I rather enjoy listening to them. So origins of the sorting hat and the sword. Let's see what he has to say.
Greetings, my dear wizards, witches, muggles,
Greetings.
and squibs.
I'm the muggle. I'm one of those ones.
Today, I, Sir Quentin Pentegrin, renowned adventurer wizard, will be discussing the most essential requirement for anyone aspiring to the title of knight. Just like yours truly. I'm talking about Icy Spicy Hex Appeal, the
What?
aftershave most loved by Witch Weekly.
Okay, no.
I'm joking, of course.
Thank you. I was going to say.
Because
we're
the
skipping
only
that.
requirement that
All right.
truly matters is courage. And today, we're talking about the bravest man to have ever lived, Godric Gryffindor.
The bravest man to... Okay, all right. I'm curious to see what he did. Something about he killed like a whole army with just the sword. I don't know. I didn't...
Founder of
Let's
one
see
of
what
the
we
four
got.
Hogwarts houses. Origin of some of the greatest wizards the wizarding world has ever known. And why exactly Albus Dumbledore?
Fuck Dumbledore, all right? He is... Listen. Hot take, he is the villain of the Harry Potter series, okay? He bred Harry Potter specifically to die, all right?
Godric wasn't just a skilled wizard, but also a mighty warrior in the old way, often choosing his sword over a well-placed depulso. But there's more. He was also a passionate advocate for equality, a man who believed magic should belong to anyone worthy of using it, regardless of their blood status. The classic friend who invites everyone to the party just to have an excuse for another butterbeer. So if you're ready, draw your swords and wands,
Sounds kind of irritating. I don't know, I might be on Slytherin's side here.
my dear viewers, because today, courage is not an option. The year of his birth is lost to time, as are the exact details of the place. But legend says
We don't know where he came from or when, but at some point this man appeared. All right, we're starting out well.
this
Starting out
story
well.
begins beneath the shadow of the moors, in a village where the wind howled like wolves, and old ways never truly died. A place that centuries later would bear the name of the man at its heart, Godric Gryffindor. He was born motherless. Some say she
Born motherless. Oh my god. How was he even born then? He was born and he never had a mother.
died in
This man is legendary.
childbirth. Others claim she was a foreign witch who vanished mysteriously.
I guess I probably could have just shut my mouth and listened. That's fine. All right, we're
Certain
moving on.
is that Godric was raised by his father alone, a stern
Okay.
nobleman of pure magical blood, with iron principles and cold affections. Discipline ruled Godric's every breath.
He's reverse Jesus. He's got a dad. He just doesn't have a mom. He was born but no womb.
From age 4, he was taught that muggles, then often called mudbloods, with scorn, were dangerous, best avoided. Yet his father bore no hatred. In memory of ancient blood-sealed alliances, he taught caution, not contempt.
I mean, so Dumbledore helped Grindelwald come up with the whole greater good thing, right? Like that was a plan that the both of them made up. And Dumbledore thrived on manipulating other people to do his bidding. So like it would not surprise me if he did secretly like advocate for equity.
Crossing into Muggle lands was courting ruin. Perhaps it was this warning that drew Godric's gaze beyond the forest. Even as a boy, curious and bold, he watched Muggle peasants toil in fields under sun and storm. Were they truly so dangerous? When his father discovered these secret excursions, his fury was swift and fierce. Yet Godric, unyielding, called it courage, a stark contrast to the villagers who dared not even utter the name of a muggle.
What?
But the man roared.
Courage?
I mean, he is clearly a demon. Do you see the hair? Let's be honest.
You wouldn't-
There is no soul there, and he must be killed.
Dare come within 2 leagues of a mountain troll. That isn't courage. It's the foolishness of a child. A dangerous foolishness. One that could have endangered the entire village.
Yeah.
Suspicion had crept into the
Stupid
eyes of
kid.
muggles, even those who once sought wizards' aid to heal their sickness. Now, the whispers of zealots, those who believed all magic should be burned and wiped from the world, spread like a plague. Their hatred had to be
Meanwhile, the actual plague is spreading, and not to the witches and wizards.
kept at bay. For Godric, it became a matter of pride. Determined to earn his father's approval, or perhaps to silence the restless voice within, he left the village one grey morning, heading toward the high tors of Dartmoor. Rumors swirled, of course. Whispers of something monstrous lurking among those granite hills. A mountain troll, older than the trees,
Okay.
hungering for flesh. The boy never returned that day.
Why I get triggered when someone gives me unsolicited
I get triggered when I
advice.
see
When
an
I was
ad like
younger,
this.
It came
Not as he had
All right, so he was eaten by a troll. Is that what we're doing here? Is that what this is coming down to?
left, at least. When he awoke, it was not to the cold stone of his ancestral hall, but to the warm glow of firelight and the scent of broth. A
Oh, the troll fed him.
thatched hut.
I mean, I guess it's better to fatten you up first before we cook you. It's what we do to birds.
Rough walls, a hand pressed gently to his brow, and then a voice.
No, jeez. Okay.
She was no older than he was. Tangled hair, dirt-smudged cheeks, eyes far too wise for her years. Ellen, daughter of Muggle healers.
Okay.
She had found him broken and bleeding and dragged him home. Her parents were away. She attended to him alone.
What happened to the mountain troll, though? Did he... Okay, hold on. Did he just kill a mountain troll and we're skipping over that? What's happening?
Godric sensed it. She knew what he was. Yet she showed
It wouldn't be the first time I've seen a child kill a mountain troll, but also they knew at least one spell and had a wand. And I don't remember hearing Godric go and get a wand anywhere.
no fear, no wand, no spells, no magic. And yet, she saved him. In that quiet world, Godric saw no weakness, only strength unspoken. Muggles lived without magic, without protection, and still they endured. They bled, they wept, they buried their dead. Just like any witch or wizard,
Yeah?
they were not so different after all.
Yeah, only take away electricity and some muggles will still be able to survive. You take away magic and the whole wizarding world will collapse.
The years passed. At home, his father began to respect him more, training him in the hardest offensive spells and the best defenses against dark curses. Meanwhile, Ellen taught him the quiet wisdom of the Muggle world.
Oh,
Godric
okay.
spoke of the weight of his name, the burden of the Gryffindor legacy. Ellen shared stories of famine, war, and her grandfather, a noble knight long gone. Enchanted, Godric begged to train with the knight's rusted sword. She smiled, watching him struggle and strain, all fire and grit, wielding a blade far too big for his small hands.
Okay.
As seasons changed, their secret bond grew deep, like roots beneath frost. Two children from opposite worlds met under twilight skies, showing each other lands they'd never known. Ellen often thought Muggles might never truly accept magic, but she quietly believed that one day, wizards
Alright, so we know that at one point, Godric grows up and ends up leaving and going and starting a whole school, and this chick is not with him. So I'm thinking that somebody found out about their relationship, their families came together, had a big fight, people died. Full Romeo and Juliet style.
would understand, would see the goodness and wonder in Muggles. Not all were wicked, and those who were often hid deep fear inside.
You're right.
Godric felt he had
But I mean, what did you expect? They're like demonic pagan witches, and then they're filthy muggles, you know? So it's like, I can see the racism from both sides, and honestly, it's...
never heard truer words. She stood before him, wearing a worn, pointed hat, to feel as much a witch as he was a wizard. He looked at her with eyes full of admiration and love. Then came the smoke. News spread fast.
Uh-oh.
Elend's Muggle village had been raided during the night.
Oh, shit.
Left in blood and ruin. The Muggles cried out,
Dark magic!
but Godric knew the truth. The troll of Dartmoor had returned. Older, crueler, hungrier than ever. After all these years, it was still alive, creeping down from the mountains into the Muggle
Okay, so he didn't kill it. He just got away somehow.
lands. Fierce, famished, hunting. Villages burned. Lives were lost.
Hey, it looks like California.
Even Elend's home was in its path. Godric, stronger and wiser now, could no longer stand by. He left the forest again, not as a boy seeking approval, but as a man sworn to protect. Sword in hand, wand at his side, he hunted the beast.
Hey, it looks like Lori Lightfoot.
Beneath moonlight and ancient trees. The fight was brutal. Flesh torn, magic roaring like thunder, blood soaking the earth. Yet he prevailed. Broken and gasping, he stumbled back to the Muggle village, to Elend, to his love. Exhausted and wounded, he lost consciousness. When he woke, he knew it was too late. The troll was gone, yes, but so was she.
Uh-oh.
He learned the truth in whispers and fearful looks. The villagers, blinded by fear and ignorance, had blamed her for the destruction. Her stories, her knowledge, her kindness, her friendship with Godric, a sorcerer, a servant of the devil. The village had always known. They called Elend a witch, and they burned her for it. Something inside him broke. Grief gave way to fury.
Tell me, Meliodas, fucking destroy the whole kingdom.
A rage so
Do it. Do it.
vast it could swallow the world. He could have unleashed fire and curse,
He should have, does he?
razed the village to the
Do it.
ground. But then, among the ashes, he saw her
Give in to your fear.
pointed hat, untouched.
Fuck.
He remembered her voice, her stories, her smile. She had believed in something better. One day, Godric would build a place where fear did not divide, but unite. Where courage led, not cruelty. A place of learning, fairness, and hope. He would one day call it Hogwarts. But for now, he did not know.
Thank you.
A
All right.
vow
moving on.
forged in grief, tempered by longing. The night he left his village, the sky wept with him. His father's angry voice echoed behind, but Godric didn't look back. He stepped alone into the world, armed with youth, pain, and a fierce need to grow strong. Strong enough to change the world. Strong enough to protect what he once failed to save. For years, he roamed the war-torn lands of Britain, wand ever ready. He fought for kings, for lords, for courts of magic, not for gold.
Okay.
So he told himself. But beneath it all burned fury, an unspoken rage he mistook for purpose. A wizard without a banner.
Oh,
a
damn,
soldier
okay.
without cause.
I said Meliodas. He's more like Hawkeye, like full Ronin after his family, you know?
Each battle pulled him closer to legend, but never to peace. Until one day he faced a Muggle, a knight armed with only a sword.
Tell me he loses. Tell me the Muggle fucks him up. Humbles this man.
Something stirred inside him, a tremor
Wait,
reaching
oh,
back
wait,
through
never
time.
mind.
Back to the boy
PTSD. He's just gonna obliterate him.
swinging that rusted blade with all his might. Back to Elend. Back to honor. He knew
You could totally see how he should have agreed with Slytherin about the whole pureblood thing, or at least about hating Muggles thing, you know?
using magic here would not be a duel, but slaughter. Dishonorable, just as his father once taught. Where had he lost his way? Lost sight of his vow and Elend's dream. He needed
Oh, roundabout whenever he walked into a village and saw his charcoal girlfriend on a post.
to remember
That's probably about when he lost his mind. That's about when I would lose my mind, I think.
who he was. And to do that, he would need a sword. So he journeyed to a realm few dared enter. The underground realm of Ragnuk I, High King of the Goblins, Master of Enchanted Steel. Over the years, Godric had fought alongside goblin warriors, protected them from dark magic,
hunted beasts in their name, carried scars in silence, never breaking faith. He asked for nothing in return. No gold, no land, no title. Just one thing.
A sword.
He said, standing before the forge-lit throne.
Forged by your hand. One that answers only to courage.
Ragnarok didn't laugh, didn't question. He simply nodded, not from fondness, but from something older than any pact. Respect.
Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
Among goblins, honor may tarnish, but never rusts. What rose from the fire was no ordinary blade. Forged of goblin silver, tempered in dragon's blood, enchanted beneath
I'll bet he's great with back rubs.
moonfire, it breathed. It sang when drawn, rang true through lies, and could not be touched by cowards. But beauty has a price. In goblin lore, every blade forged by their kind belongs to them, no matter gift or sale. Though Ragnarok honored the pact, his court
Who owns this thing? Who made it? That's the person that owns it. But he sold it to me. Doesn't matter. He fucking made it. You know what? Based goblins. I agree.
seethed with wounded pride.
It's kind of crazy that if you put in the effort to make something, that it's yours. It's weird how that works.
Even the most honorable goblins can falter at the glint of metal. Old grudges and greed resurfaced. Beneath a starless sky, they came for him. A host of goblin warriors, clad in iron and fury, descended on the hills. What followed became legend. Lightning burst from Godric's wand.
Oh, this is when Godric killed all of the goblin. Got it,
Flames
okay.
danced from his blade. When the
No, see, it was a Nintendo contract, right? Where he bought it, but like the purchase of it was only the purchase of the license to use it, you know? So they can revoke that at any time should they deem it necessary.
sun rose, it revealed scorched earth, broken helms, and one lone figure, still unbowed.
Leave.
The goblins didn't retreat from fear, but from truth.
The blade has spoken.
The sword had chosen its bearer. To
Damn
deny
right.
that was to challenge magic itself.
Yeah.
During those years, the young Godric Gryffindor met two witches, Rowena Ravenclaw and Helga Hufflepuff. And later, the powerful wizard Salazar Slytherin.
Sorcerer.
They all shared one desire above all, to change the wizarding world.
This way.
Undoubtedly, they were the most exceptional witches and wizards of their time.
That we
Rowena
know
was
of.
wise and sharp-minded, Helga kind-hearted and generous, while Salazar was fiercely ambitious, willing to do whatever it took to shape a new generation of capable and conscious magic users. A wizard of extraordinary power, Salazar earned Godric's boundless respect, a respect he returned, particularly admiring the honor with which Godric faced muggles in battle, choosing steel over spell when force was necessary, never exploiting his magical
It'd be too easy if I just grabbed my wand and vaporized everybody. I want to make sure they know I'm better than them.
superiority.
Face me.
I'm gonna beat them at their game.
Their friendship flowed naturally, like a clear, lively spring. United by a deep love for magic and a profound sense of responsibility,
I swear to God, he's just holding a giant Bible. Like,
they believed it was their duty to create a future where magic was no longer feared, but a gift to be mastered and used for the greater good. Together, they envisioned, hoped, and dreamed until their vision became reality. A school of magic, the first to unite young witches and wizards from the Anglo-Saxon and Celtic lands. A
good,
place
okay.
that would change history for centuries. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
That is correct. Little did they know that Slytherin put in like 5 different fucking hidden chambers in the construction of this bitch.
They chose the Scottish Highlands for their school, a place hidden from Muggle eyes and rich with a rare, pure energy. Ancient magic.
Yeah, okay. All
None
right.
could tame such power alone, but together, through powerful charms and spells, they laid foundations as solid as the castle itself, impenetrable and shielded from Muggle threat. Any non-magical wanderer in those mountains would see only a bleak.
There's the Somalian one, the Ugadu one. I don't know if there is like a Middle Eastern sand people wizarding school. We can look into that, though, probably, too.
Forbidding ruin, warning them to stay away. It was the year 993 AD, and the Epic of Hogwarts was beginning. But with it came great responsibility. How to choose which students were
Yeah, all the witches and wizards died in the Middle East a long time ago.
worthy. Each founder had a clear vision. They agreed every young witch or wizard with magic should be welcome. But each would
Yeah, it really is like Oogadu or some shit like that. Like, honestly.
be guided by one founder, chosen for their unique traits. For Godric, the true qualities were those his father passed on and life had taught him. Courage, determination, chivalry, and strength of
And a hatred for muggles.
heart. Yet on one point, Salazar disagreed. He believed those without pure blood wielded magic that was limited, unstable, and dangerously unpredictable. Still, trusting Godric, he held back his vision, not to impose it, for the good of the school, for now.
Did you know that exclusive Spellbook Chronicles booklets are now available? Ancient volumes filled with...
Hogwarts thrived, its fame growing across Europe. But even Godric knew ideals could fade, that one day hands would fall still and voices sink into silence.
Who?
Asked Rowena, her gaze distant.
Who will choose when we are gone?
Godric had no answer, but in his hand he still held something precious, something worn and brown and lovingly made. Ellen's hat. He had kept it through war and winter, through triumph and despair, not as a relic,
It's Ellen's.
but as a promise.
Is it?
And so the four founders gathered. In solemn unity,
What do you think, Stormy? You think this is real? You think there's another streamer wants to, stream with me?
they each poured into that humble cap a fragment of themselves. Thoughts, desires, secrets, slivers of soul. The hat twisted, shifted, awoke. From thread and memory it became a mind. The sorting hat. No longer merely an object, but a legacy. One that would speak when they no longer could. One that would peer into the depths of young hearts and guide their magic along its truest path.
Look at his dumb-looking face.
And when a child stands, alone and uncertain, upon the threshold of choice, the hat remembers. And if that child is brave, not unafraid, but bold despite the fear,
That's what I'm thinking,
then
Stormy.
from the depths of flame and shadow,
I don't
the
know.
sword of Godric Gryffindor itself, its goblin-wrought silver blade, still thrumming with ancient enchantments, may stir, for it remembers too. And in that sacred moment, should courage burn brightly enough, the sword shall answer the call. It will emerge, gleaming and resolute, to aid one whose heart beats with the same fire as its first master. But time is no friend to harmony.
And you know what? The crazy thing is, it didn't choose Harry. It chose Neville Longbottom, baby.
When shadows settle in the heart. Godric saw it, subtle at first, then clear. The quiet disdain in Salazar's eyes as a muggle-born girl mastered charms with ease. The tightened jaw when a half-blood boy bested purebloods in dueling. The cold silence whenever Helga spoke of compassion or Rowena praised brilliance wherever it bloomed. Where Salazar once debated, now he warned. Where he once challenged, now he judged. Godric faced these signs head on, as always, with fire. Then came
Neville ended up becoming the herbology teacher and also the head of Gryffindor House.
the day they let Salazar speak.
Covered that a while
Godric
ago.
said nothing at first. He listened. He owed him that. But with every word, the fire in Godric's chest grew. He had hoped, even then, to find something salvageable. A thread of the friend he once laughed with, built with, bled beside. But the duel came sudden, inevitable. Not between two men, but two worlds. Stone shattered. Time slowed. The ceiling cracked with thunder not heard since the founding. Magic drained.
IRL? What do you mean IRL? This is the wizarding world. It is real. It's just hidden from us muggles.
Like breath from a dying flame. Both stood still, scorched and spent, blood on their lips, eyes hollowed by betrayal and grief. No victor, only silence. Salazar rose and finally left. But before crossing the threshold, he looked back, just once. And in that gaze was no pure hatred. Not entirely. It was a look carved from rage, sorrow, and worst of all, a bitter unspoken question. How could you choose them over me? And Godric, perhaps more than at any other moment in his life,
How dare you, Godric? I loved you.
knew he had to stay still. That was his place, between Salazar and the school. Because in the end, that had always been the point. Hogwarts was more than towers and stone, more than a school. Hogwarts stood for an ideal, his ideal, the one he'd fought for all his life, the one that, even now, when he closed his eyes,
Godric.
let him see Ellen smiling at him.
Always meant
Godric had lost a brother, yes, but he had kept his promise. He had stayed true to himself, and Hogwarts, with his dream, would endure.
Listen, I got like 10 followers on Kick. I've got less than 50 subscribers on YouTube. I make a lot of videos, but I am irrelevant as fuck. There's no way anybody wants to do that.
Through the centuries to come.
And here we are at the end, my dear friends. But with one last consideration. Gryffindor's story teaches us many things.
It does.
Above all, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to face it head on. And better still with a gargantuan magical sword, if you've got one lying around. So,
fair
farewell
enough.
for now, my
Like a gigantic magical sword that operates the same way fucking Rimuru does and just gets stronger every time you kill something with it.
fearless friends. And I'll see you next time. Always here, but only if you're ready and courageous enough for an...
Yeah, always here. Always only if we're ready and courageous enough. Alright, yeah, no, definitely subscribe to them. They're an awesome fucking channel. I cover them all the time. I love it.